You are looking live in Dunellen, New Jersey, where the New Jersey are getting ready to take on Snider hockey. Hi everybody, this is Joe Rizzo, Rockets Hockey, here on my YouTube channel. Do a dude a favor, hit that subscribe button and the alerts button, and you won't ever have to worry about missing a game live streamed or uploaded later. Rockets in their home gray jerseys. They have black numbers and white trim, black pants, mostly gray socks with black lining on the socks. This is the buzzer sounds. Snider hockey in that typical Philadelphia area Flyers colors with the Flyer orange, the Halloween orange. White numbers, black trim, mostly orange socks with just white stripes on socks. And we have here the captain of the U16s saying,
"Let's go Rockets!" And we have Julie.
Hi.
Say, "Let's go Rockets!"
Let's go Rockets!
okay.
Good game, you guys got this.
Okay, that's a good way to get it started. Bella and Jules, who have just played their game against the Flyers. The Junior Flyers Black. You heard the 1, 2, 3 Rockets. Amanda Werner toes the center circle. Luisa Rizzo on her left. Lily Rose Smith on her right. Kirsty Kamakar on right D. Francesca Hansen on left D. And Emma Lacey in net. Emma Vezin, number 7. The refs are ready, the players are ready. Give me a shout if you are ready. Liftoff for the Rockets. That's an homage to my good pal Joe Martinez. Rockets send the puck into the offensive zone. Rizzo giving chase. She will steal it behind the net. Look for Lily in front. Riz looking for the wraparound, looking for somebody coming. She'll curl into the corner. Chips it there for Amanda. It comes up to the right point. Kirsty will keep it in and go low. Amanda deflected it looking for Riz. Snider sends it down. This is going to be an icing right off the bat. So the first 34 seconds of the game elapses with the Rockets jumping on that offensive chance. Line change, Peyton, PJ. Jacobus comes out to take the face-off. Georgie Tillinghast on her left. Izzy Camarada on her right. Rachel Lee left D. Larissa Radoszewski at the right point. Larissa gets it there, sends it deep for Izzy. Fought for along the boards, now behind the end line. Georgie giving chase. Chipped up toward Izzy's side. Larissa has to retreat. PJ came in. Rachel will get it. She'll have to steer it back through neutral ice because of the automatic icing calls, because it was on net. Otherwise, it may have been an icing, not sure. Snider keeps it in a organization. They have no names Snider hockey, but not to be confused with the common surname Snider. Wrist shot goes wide. Emma just slowed it down for Larissa. It comes up to the left point. Izzy and Georgie giving chase. PJ out. It goes to Larissa, and she comes to Rachel on the near side. They bank it off the boards, give up possession for a moment, but that's to change the entirety of the forward line. Lily steals that one, and Riz forces a turnaround. It comes up through neutral ice, but not all the way through, and Kirsty sends it in a little too quickly for the offside. 15-13 left. We're just underway. First period in Dunellen, New Jersey at Rock Ice. Improvements have been made to the structure, including the snack bar, which is open once again for the first time in a while. Off the face-off, the Flyers win it. Riz tries to get a steal. Neutral ice play just below us out of the picture. And eventually Kirsty goes back behind her own net, steers it up to the far side wing, but it just misfires. Turnover there. Puck sent toward the net, but just wide. Centered in front. Tootie was there to get a piece of somebody before she got a shot off. Rockets trying to get it out of the zone. Riz over to Lily. Lily has Amanda, sends it forward for her, but they were just in kind of the same spot. And Amanda needed a change, so she waited for that puck to gain the right part of the ice before peeling off. Tootie gets it in neutral ice. Second Snider player in there. Steals it, centers it in front. Now played with along the near side boards. And through the slot, it comes low, and the Rockets are there to retrieve it. That one's sent through neutral ice. One ref looking at the other for the icing, but the one who seemed to have the better look at it didn't call what looked like possibly a deflection at center. 14:08 first period remaining out of 17 minutes. Rockets and Snider win the face-off and sent from the top of the slot over Emma. She didn't have to make use on it, but it was not accurate. Snider, one of the number of girls hockey organizations that blanket Eastern Pennsylvania, and that's good to have more of those numbers and more opponents for the girls to play. Wrist shot, a little awkward there. Emma was able to get the left shoulder on it and yield no rebound. 13:37 first period. Rockets change lines and change defense pairs. A wholesale 5-unit change. If they wanted to be like the Russian 5 and play 5 woman units, they could do that. They have 2 of them. And a goalie who makes a save and leaves it for Hansen. Tootie sends it off a weird stanchion in the glass. It comes back out in front. I thought that puck went out of play, but I guess it didn't. There's a loose piece of equipment at the left point, so we'll see if that comes into play. The referee picks it up and sends it on the side to Coach Rads. Snider centering, couldn't get a handle on it quickly enough, but another player there. Rockets a little out of sorts here early. There's been some games where if they were on their A game from the drop of the puck, the results of these close games may have been different. Doesn't look like the A game is quite there yet. Here's Werner. She'll move it out from her own zone, looks for somebody at center. Riz was on the right wing, and Lily's over there as well. Turnover, Tootie gets it. Tootie's gonna have some room, gets in over the right wing. Hansen slapper, glove. With the unorthodox goalie on the Snider side, catching with the right. Usually goalies, but the right-handed catcher means the glove side point goes just wide. That was Larissa. Hops up and moved out by Snider. They'll gain the line and gain the offensive zone. Wrist shot right into the logo, just below the logo. Emma covers it. Doesn't leave a rebound. 12-13 left first period. No score from Rock Ice. Rockets, 19 UAA girls versus Snider Hockey. Battled for there. Georgie comes up at the wing to blow up the face-off. PJ chips it forward, looking for Izzy. Back over toward PJ. Let's see if she could turn the corner with speed. She has to dump it. Didn't have numbers. Sent behind the end line and reversed by Snider. Rachel at the point sends it low again. Georgie's going to have to go back. It goes on to Izzy's side. Izzy has to keep hustling for it. Larissa will step in from the point. PJ will come all the way out for a change. Larissa's going to have to play this one out into a safer area as Rachel retreats to safety. Rachel tries to turn the corner and dump that puck, draws 3 defenders, and slows things up enough for a couple of changes behind the play. The Rockets have changed their entire forward line. Riz and Lily trying to battle for real estate here. Riz forces the play to go back to Larissa, even if it wasn't on her own stick. Rachel through center. Amanda with the kick pass toward Riz, but she'll have to take it herself, and it goes in onside. Amanda will follow it behind the net. Rockets change defense pairing behind the net. Rockets are going to get a power play. Is Emma heading to the bench behind the play? She is now. Rockets still with possession, but Snider picks it up before Emma could get there. Rockets are going to go on the power period, and it will going to go for, hard to see the referee with his back to me. Body check. Amanda wins the face-off to Riz, over to Tootie at the point, back down to Riz in the corner. Tries to move it up for Tootie. Snider moves it out, collision there as no harm, no foul. Sent out, that's going to be brought in offside if it goes over the line, which it didn't. Good job to hold up there by Snider shorthanded. Riz gets it in a phone booth and moves it forward into the offensive zone. This player making a couple of nice cuts and looking for some room. Skating through, neutral ice, left side, sent at Emma, kicks it out with the right pad, and there's a change up front. Peyton Izzy Rizzo are going to get a shot here. I don't know if it's between shifts or it's because of a power play, but there's 78 seconds left in the power play. Peyton Izzy Rizzo. This is Kirsty over to Larissa. Room, wrist shot. Goalie allows it to go wide. Bank shot in front. They score! It's a power play goal! And exactly 7 minutes into the game, the Rockets dent the back of the net. Kirsty Kamerkar pinches in from D and puts that one in off the rebound. The Rockets use 56 seconds of power play time to take a 1-0 lead. And boy, you could set your watch by it. Peyton Izzy Rizzo get out there for, they barely get out there together. It's just the way that the lines work and the puck ends up in the back of the net. We could go back and watch all the tape because it's there. It feels like it's about 6 straight shifts that the puck's gone in the net in favor of the Rockets when they've been out there together. But nonetheless, this team is based on balance, and this team is based on every girl out there being able to play every position. And Rockets over goal in their first chance. Sent in just onside, but given up. Larissa over to Rachel. Rachel takes the safe play up the board. Snider touches it, so it's not going to be an icing. And let's see, whistle and a stoppage of play. Not sure why they blew that one dead. Maybe it wasn't offside. It didn't look like there was a Rocket anywhere near the zone, but Amanda on the face-off, but Snider's team played with just below our perch. 14 brings it in. Center, one person to break up that play. It looked like it was Kirsty. She managed a 1-on-3 to thwart the pass from ever coming in. So Kamerkar, your first stop. Lily, oh, she gets defended. She was trying and send her in alone. Kirsty at the right point sends it low for Amanda. Amanda will skate it out of the corner. Look up, headhunter. Trudy gets it at the left point, sends it deep in attempt. Riz has it by the stick, but didn't realize it was there. Behind the play, the center changes. So Amanda peeled off. PJ gets it behind the net. A little confusion with Emma right there as they both tried to play the puck. Wow, dangerous move by Snider, sending it through the slot. Wrist shot. Somebody tried to get a piece in front, but it was Emma's right pad that did the job. Now under 8 minutes left in the first period. 1-0 Rockets. Here comes PJ with Riz. Wrist shot from a that's a man. Is it PJ? It's PJ. Wrist shot went wide. She had Riz trailing. Izzy's out there. Peyton Izzy Rizzo for just a moment, but Riz at the end of her shift gets off. Izzy comes out of the corner. Izzy sends a weak shot in front. Goaltender has to get the right pad on it. It comes out. PJ was covering the point, and it goes all the way down. Emma's going to play it. I don't know why there was no icing whistled on there. Sent up just along the dasher. Izzy trying to break in and steal. Let's see. It's kept in by Larissa, towing the line, but one of the Snider players picks it up and moves it out. Left wing curl, a very nice move there. Getting some time and space is 62. Getting all the way down, wrist shot. Emma got the shaft of the stick on that one, and it almost redirected into the net. If she didn't get the shaft of the stick on it, it would have gone into the net. Whistle and a stoppage of play as you see some of the 16s in support of their 19U teammates wearing the jerseys, as very often they do, of each other. We'll face it off in the neutral zone. Amanda trying to win it over to Riz. She got it a little forward. It went toward the the Snider end, but picked off. Now Snider moves it in, 71 in, wrist shot. Emma traps the 5-hole before that one could sneak through. That one was ticketed. 71 got alone with some time and space in a 2-on-2. She got it past the stick, but Emma shut the door just in time as that puck was going to be attempted to go through the old 5-hole. That's between the pads low. Rockets win the face-off, send it up to the breakout side on the far wing. Still battled for along the half-board. Snider comes out. Wrist shot goes wide. Snider will move it down. Riz will pick off that pass, chip it up with the backhand, get it out of the zone. Oh, Lily almost picked off a pass. Comes in so quickly that it's offside. Whistle and a stoppage. From the Rock, 1-0 Rockets. PJ Rachel chipped up the boards. A little help from Georgie to get it out. PJ going to go up the left wing. PJ trying to turn the corner. Izzy in front. Sends it toward Izzy. Falls. Larissa between the points. Tries to get it through traffic. Blocker save. Rebound score! Either Larissa's shot found its way in itself or Izzy tipped it as it got over. Izzy pointing to Larissa. Larissa's going to relieve the celly. Larissa Radishevsky, 29, puts it in. We're going to say it's Larissa. She got the wrist shot from between the points, just at the top of the slot. The goaltender, who is the unorthodox right-handed catcher, got the blocker on it, which is the stick side. The left side, it popped in the air. When it fell down, Izzy was at the line, but it looked like the puck bounced in based on Izzy's reaction. It looked like it popped in on its own. So 2-0 Rockets. They've scored a power play goal by Kirsty and an even strength goal by Larissa. So 2 of the 4 defensemen have dented the net. And they've worked hard, along with their goaltender, to keep Snider off. PJ Steele Again, the goaltender catches with the unusual right hand. So that was a glove side shot. Battled for neutral ice. This is going to be PJ. She's got Georgie and Izzy. Wrist shot just wide on the glove side. Izzy gets that one, sends it at the net. Stick to side, and the Rockets will change at least a couple of their players behind the play. Rachel will pinch in. Ooh, Rachel was looking to pick that pass off and walk right in, Rachel Lee. Trying to see if all the Rockets defensemen could score. Banked up the boards, but at too much of an angle. And a steal. Snider skating in. It's going to be a penalty here. Looks like it's going to be a hook on the Rockets, and they will go shorthanded with 4:39 left in the first period, but holding a 2-0 lead. And Kamarkar will sit for a couple of minutes. She has a power play goal, and she also broke up a 3-on-1 by herself. So an eventful first period for number 19, as she'll sit for hooker. Amanda with Riz killing it off up front. Tootie and Larissa on the back. Amanda picks it up, sends it to Riz, chips it out. One to beat if she can get by her. Chipped forward, still one to beat for a loose puck. Those two will battle for it. Banked off by the Snider player and skated by herself. What a play by Werner. Oh, he calls the tip, but she was 3 feet behind the center line. How is it not an icing? Just because you tip it loose in front, still loose, battled for. So the referee with a big blown call there. The Snider player absolutely tipped the puck, but she was 3 to 5 feet short of the center line, which still is icing. Nonetheless, the Rockets will have to overcome it. They change and put PJ and Izzy up front with Tootie and Larissa behind. Snider wins the faceoff. There was a shrug right there and almost knocked somebody over. Wrist shot goes just wide. There was a lot of traffic down low. Snider moving the puck here on their first power play. Wrist shot through traffic. Tootie deflected it. She almost redirected it into her own net, but she deflected it wide. Izzy will give the push on the corner, or rather at the point. Slapper through traffic, back door was open, but Emma's glove was there. They're pushing and shoving after the play. But nothing illegal about the way that went on. There were no sticks, just gloves pushing, and not even big pushes. A penalty kill. The first power play for Snider as the Rockets lead 2-0. An even strength goal by Radishevsky. 19 and 29 equals 2-0 for the team in gray. PJ on the faceoff has Izzy with her at forward. That one goes at the net. Emma will just cover it up and take off 3 seconds of time. Rockets do that very often in their defensive zone. Give Emma a clear look at the puck and she'll just cover it. And they do it again. And another 4 seconds this time tick off. Now sure, it might not seem like a lot, but instead of 49 seconds on the power play, it's down to 41. PJ wins the faceoff, but into the referee's skates. She chips it off the boards, but needs a little help to get it out. She's 1-on-2. Izzy couldn't get it out. Rachel does. Icing in effect in all. Hopefully you're used to that by this point, as Snider moves it out with 20 seconds left in their first power play. Rachel moves up to try to get that puck just below you, and eventually it comes to Amanda. Amanda looking to get through traffic. Amanda has Riz. She's going to skate it in herself, and she loses it. Amanda had Riz on the headman, but elected to skate it in. Got to get that head up there. That's something that they've been working on, even on the penalty kill, which is now over. So the Rockets have killed it off, and Lily jumps out there with her regular line mates. Backhand chip. Emma covers it before it can get to the ice, and there was a Snider player on the back door right there in case it dropped. Amanda on the face-off. Looked like she... Slapper from the left point, redirected over the net. Not sure who got the redirection. 14 sends it at the net. Emma with the left pad save and covers it up. .2:16 left first period, 2-0 Rockets. Kirsty and Larissa with the goals. Slapper off the top of the circle goes wide. Sent through. Amanda chipped it but can't get it out. Saw it just at the last moment and got a piece. Rockets trying to get it out. Riz gets a piece of it. That's Amanda who will get it out. On 1 or a 3-on-2, but it's picked away as they break in 2-on-2. Wrist shot, right pad save, rebound. Amanda's there, negotiates over to Lily. Lily trying to get it out. Loose puck again. Riz battling for it. Goes down. Kirsty blocks a centering pass, at least most of it. Low angle shot. Emma with the save at the logo or maybe in the pads, and she covers up. So are able to get off some shots. 90 seconds left in the first period. It's been very even play either way, but the Rockets leading it on the scoreboard 2-0. And that's different from the way a lot of the Rockets games have gone this year, where the play's been even, but you look up and, they're down by a couple. This is Georgie! Tillinghast trying to turn the corner. She's got Izzy with her trailing and PJ as well. Pushed around into the corner, loses the puck, gets back, and there will be a penalty. Rockets are going to go on the power play. Just a little bit out of view there. Let's see what the call is. It's 19. She's going to go again. And looks like interference. Again, the referee's back is to me, so I can't see the actual signal. But it looks like an interference call. And 1:12 left in the second period. The player cannot get into the box here. The referee assisting her. PJ wins the up to Rachel. Cleared around. Snider with a chance for a 2-on-1, but Larissa gets back and thwarts it before. She's going to turn and look for space. Larissa over the blue line. Larissa at the right side drops for Izzy. It will come up to the point where Rachel pinches in, but doesn't have numbers down low. Snider will skate it up and out of the zone. They'll send it in deep for an icing, and the Rockets will have a face-off with 41.6 seconds left in the first period and 1:29 left on the power play. So if the Rockets do not score before the end of the period, they will carry over a few seconds of power play time into the second. But their goal is to score a goal. Werner in the center circle, Riz in the slot, Lily on the right side. Snider wins it, but they push it back to where Lily was. It goes to the point. Kirsty trying to sneak through traffic. It comes between the points, kept in for a moment, now skated out. 14 finds 19 in gray, and she doesn't like that because 19 steals the puck. Lily keeps it in at the point. Lily sends it toward the net for Riz, but it just needed to get through one more stick. Lily looking for Riz on the back door. 16 seconds as Snider skates it in shorthanded. Tootie forces her wide. She comes to the middle. Sharp angle shot, misses everything, and goes to Lily on the far boards. Lily is going to get it out of the zone. The Rockets with just 5 seconds to work with here. It's not going to be enough for either team to dent the net. We end the first period. The Rockets hit on 2 of their officially 4 shots on goal, at least what the board tells us. And they keep Snider off for all of their 11, so Emma Lacey saves 11 out of 11. Kirsty Kamerkar with a power play goal. And the Rockets will carry over 48 seconds of power play time into the second period. Rockets will begin on the power play for 48 seconds. PJ in the face-off dot. Liftoff in period 2. PJ with Georgie, who has the puck now, and Izzy, Larissa, and Rachel. To Larissa, wrist shot was blocked away a little bit, but it still got enough. Rockets trying to work the power play. Were all covered. Georgie got decked in front as she tries to block the slot. It comes out in front. Georgie got a stick on it, but it went to the heel. Snider trying to skate it out. PJ picks that one off. Backhand. Tries to sneak it at the net. It hit one of the Snider players before it got to the goaltender. Comes to the point. Rachel's there. Wrist shot through traffic. PJ deflects it, but it's a save. Sent in front. In the slot as he gets a piece of the rebound, and it goes wide off the left pad save. To keep it in. Gets a little help from Amanda as the Rockets switch their center. Izzy tries to whack it toward the net. Georgie comes in. She tries as well. It goes to the point where Rachel just misfired in a little bank of snow that the puck got caught in. Izzy behind the net. Riz comes out for the change. Amanda, wrist shot. Oh, she had her beat, but it goes just wide. Snider get the puck out of the zone. But they touch up to the Rockets and Larissa sends it in onside. Penalty is now over, so Snider gave up one on the first power play, but they kill off the second one. Penalty box door still open. Backside referee will close that, thankfully. Some refs will even blow the whistle. Tootie will step in between the points, sends it low. Lily's below the D. Lily leaves it for Amanda, but one of the Snider players comes through. Kirsty from the point, top of the circle, shot snuffed, goes to Riz. Riz looking, goes to the point, Tootie. Tootie through traffic, off of a stick and over the net. Lily gets there. She'll go to Kirsty. Kirsty at the net, it goes just wide. Riz was on the near side post. That offer went to the far side post. Snider about to break out with a 2-on-1, but it's broken up. She will pursue. If she steals it, she's got Riz and Lily alone in front. And Lou was there, but a Snider stick gets it first. Kirsty pinches in. She'll take it all. Just missed the mark. Will come all the way back to get this one as there's changes taking place behind the play. Up to Riz, a little too strong. Riz has got to clear the zone, but the Rockets can't maintain the possession. PJ chipped forward. Peyton, Izzy, Riz, oh, Riz looking for the steal, almost got it. Tootie steps in, she's got a little room. Oh, but a nice play by one of the Snider players to prevent that. So both teams living on the edge here a little bit. Singular plays by the lone player left between the goaltender, the opposing player, and the puck have kept this game 2-0 in favor of the Rockets. 11-5 the shots in favor of Snider, so the Rockets have the only shot of the second. Rockets 1 for 2 on the power play, Snider 0 for 1. Snider skating it in, gets through, loses the puck a little bit. Emma continues to play it, wraparound attempt, pop through. Riz gets Georgie through. There's going to be a whistle behind the play. Let's see, it's going to be an interference, it looks like, on Larissa. So your two goal scorers for the Rockets also have penalties, and 19 and 29 playing mirror image games of one another to this point. So the Rockets will have this one to kill off, and they'll have to start doing it in their defensive zone with 13:34 left in the Jersey, holding a 2-0 lead over Snider. Snider wins the faceoff. They go between the points, and that shot gets through a little bit. Backhand goes off the post! And that one went off the side of the net at the ice level. So Snider dangerous here early. Icing in effect at all times. Rockets will skate it out courtesy of Kirsty. Just below us. Snider send it in, but Rachel's going to be there to retrieve it. She's killing on the back line. with Kirsty, and Georgie and PJ are killing it up front. Snider getting it. Sent at the net, Emma gets it in the midsection, leaves no rebound. Whistle and a stoppage of play. Face off to Emma's left with 1:13 left in the Snider power play and 12:46 left in period 2. 2-0 Rockets. First period goals, one on the power play by Kirsty, one at even strength. Snider wins the face-off. He'll move it up to the right point. Now down low to the half boards, wrist shot. They were looking for somebody in front, but she couldn't get the stick on, so it whistled wide. Battled for along the near side boards, sent at the net. Emma chips it so Kirsty could get it. It comes back to the near side boards, unmanned by Rockets, but picked up anyway by Riz. She's got a little room. She's 2-on-2 with Amanda. Riz gets over the line. She slams on the brakes, looks. Pass right there with 38 seconds left in the penalty kill. So good work by Riz and Amanda, but each time they have to have their heads up looking for headman passes there, as each other have been open in neutral ice. Now Riz was forced over there, but nonetheless, even shorthanded, these Rockets tend to get scoring chances. Oh, Amanda almost sprung in. Riz has to wait for Amanda to get onside. Amanda soccer kicks it along the line. Speaking of soccer, Trudy, the lacrosse goalie, uses every bit of her applied skills and sends it in. Using stick, using feet, using awareness, all with a helmet and razor blades on her head and razor blades on her feet. Snider comes in off the post! 5 seconds left. That's going to kill off the penalty as Larissa is going to jump out of the box. Let's see if she goes to the bench or to play. She goes to the bench. The Rockets have 3 back here. Snider coming in. Emma with the save. I'm not sure if it was the blocker or the shaft of the stick, but it goes wide. Snider applying pressure here after the power play. 11:15 second period. PJ's going to skate through. She's only got a couple of beat there. Crosses with Lily, has to send it in. They change the rest of the line behind the play. And D. PJ coming from the back, trying to pick the pocket. Let's see if she could do it. She just forces the turnover. Rachel over to Izzy. Izzy tries to turn it around. Georgie over there battling. Georgie still battling. Georgie gets it into the offensive zone. Let's see if she can regain it. She's got to get onside. She does. PJ comes in. Izzy's there. They're in the same space. Shot, left pad save. Izzy on the rebound behind the line, looking for possession. Izzy in the corner, comes out of the corner for a moment. She'll have to send it deep around. Comes to the far boards and 3-on-4 if they get to Snider with the puck. Wrist shot goes off Rachel. 10-10 left, second period. 2-0 Rockets. Barn burner at times. Sent players, and they'll have to cover it up as that one went on net. So the Rockets a little fortunate there. If it wasn't touched, it probably would have been not on net and been an icing. Nevertheless, with 9:57 left in the second, they get an offensive zone draw. Amanda will take it with Riz in the slot. She won it, but not strong enough, and the Snider players to disrupt the rush. Riz in there to make the turnover. Pushed at. Lily's there to pick up the loose puck, at least for the moment, and keep it from advancing, but eventually Snider gets there and sends it in. Larissa back to retrieve 1-on-2, so if she gets past, they have numbers. It's picked off at the point, skated all the way in, lost for a moment, tries to center, but Larissa blocks that away with the skate. Spin move, but up, and Lily is able to deflect it out. Riz has a chance for a breakaway, but she doesn't have the angle. Riz sends it forward. She gets hooked from behind, no call. She did have the puck, and her stick was lifted, so that's probably, it's a no call that I could live with, despite the name on the back of the jersey and my awfully big bias toward number 13 in gray. Lily will come up the right side. Lily will go wide and dump it. She has to keep going after it. Hard angle pass, PJ can't pick it off. Lily has to jump off for a change. This is one-on-one with Tootie back. There's a second player in there. Tootie breaks it up and PJ picks it up. PJ banks it off the boards looking for Izzy. A little too strong, and 19 is back there in orange. She sends it over to PJ, who picks it off, and she sent it a little too deep, a little too quick for Izzy, and the Rockets missed out on a possible scoring chance. Tootie steps in from the point. Tootie wrist shot, or was she looking for Izzy on the back door? Snider sends it down. They'll just take the icing at this point. They needed a change and they were in a little bit of trouble. Not as much of a penalty on icing at this level as opposed to higher levels where when you're familiar with NHL games, you see that NHL teams often don't like to ice the puck because even if it's at the end of a shift, they don't get the benefit of being able to exchange the players that were on the ice when the icing occurred. Rockets win the faceoff. It comes to the point. It goes through Tootie's legs. This is a possible breakaway, but Kirsty's there. It's a 2-on-2, and she breaks it up, and Emma's able to cover up. You could call it a shot or a loss of possession. They're going to call it a shot. If she wasn't there, the puck would have gone into the net, so Emma gets a save. 15-6 the shots for Snider, but they trail 2-0 on the scoreboard to the gray team. Rockets win the faceoff. And she chip it off the boards out of screen. She gets it to Riz, but Riz can't get it out of the zone. Gets through the slot at the top part, but no possession there. Chipped, Riz and Lily with a 2-on-1. Riz up the left wing, Lily in the slot. Riz gets around one. She shoots, glove save! What a save! That looked like it was ticketed. She gets 13 and gray. Might now realizing, oh, that's the glove side today. That's not the stick side today. The unconventional setup for the goalie. The curve on her stick is for a right-handed shooter. Snider win the faceoff. They'll send this down for an icing. He says no, that Rachel tipped it. Dubious. Centered. Emma pokes that one away after the save. Lily tried to leave it for Riz. Shot goes to Emma's left pad side. Redirected in front. Another save by Emma. She's under fire. Wraparound attempt. She gets it with the right pad. Rockets need to get this puck out of there. Riz working to do that, but it doesn't get exceeding out of the zone. Redirected and almost in on the back door. Snider buzzing. It says they've only registered 2 shots in the sequence. I think it's more like 5. Emma's been up to the task. Still has the clean sheet. She'd like to keep it that way. Rockets will try to skate it out. Amanda can't do it. She falls. It goes up to the far point. Sent at the net. Emma's just going to cover this one. The Rockets are going to change as that crew is well at the end of their shift. Miss Jamie giving a shout out to me, who does not need shouting out, but there she is in action nonetheless. Taking pictures. Thank you, Miss Jamie, for all you do. 6:31 left, second period, 2-0 Rockets. Snider win the faceoff. Rockets looking to break out. Snider getting behind. A 2, Emma with both saves. Snider crew congratulating each other on great puck movement off the win. I mean, they did everything you could possibly do right. It's just that Lacey decides you're just not going to score, and you don't score. Collision there. Izzy and another player redirected. Buzzing now. Rockets are going to need to turn down for what? It comes out. Izzy's there. If she can get by one, she's got a break. She can't do it. There's another Rocket there. It's PJ. Curled turn off of a skate of a Rocket and into the zone onside. PJ looking for the steal. Can't stay up. Comes to neutral ice there. Kirsty looking to reset it, and she goes back to Tootie. Tootie taking her time, sends it out of the zone gingerly, but perfectly. even though it didn't connect with a pass. Snider reset and they get into the offensive zone. Curl, turn, and there's a nice play by Tootie to step up and play the puck. The player, she went down hard, but that's not a hit. She's there playing the puck, and the player really on her own hit into Tootie and got the worst of it. Sent at net. Emma gets that, covers it up. Kirsty was behind the play. Thankfully, didn't try to skate that one out of there, and she had her person. .5:19 left second period, 2-0 Rockets, 20-6, the shots in favor of Snider. Amanda wins the faceoff but can't maintain possession. Wrist shot by Snider whistled wide, goes to the right point, Riz can't get it out. Right point sends it in to Rachel, who goes behind the net and hard around, looking for somebody in gray. Snider centers it, but it's picked off by Amanda, who will skate it around, try to get speed and turn the corner. She does. She gets by a couple. Needs to bat it out. Lily gets it, sends it for Riz, but just in a little bit of an awkward spot. Rockets keep it in at the left point. That's Amanda. Snider gets it out. It's a one-on-one. Larissa's back. Snider over. Rachel comes in, cleans up, picks up the wallet, but Riz can't run away with it. Riz trying to get through two. Lily gets there. Possession. Riz and Lily, they get onside. Lily tries to send it over. Snider in their own. And now clearing the center line and into offensive ice, but not for long. Rachel toward Riz. That's going to be offside. And let's see where they bring the face off. There was a debate in the previous game with the Rockets where at both the 19 and 16U levels where they called intentional offsides and brought the face-off down into the attacking zone for the team that benefited from it. Much to the chagrin of Coach Walt, Coach Rads. Snider send it in. No icing, it's not going to be strong enough. They pick up this puck. Emma with the save on the mask. Loose in front. Tootie got a piece before somebody could put it in. Snider send it out. This is not an icing. Snider sent this puck themselves. This has happened to the Rockets 3 or 4 times. And now this is only about the second time that it was actually not called icing correctly. PJ picks it off. Sent down low for Izzy. Oh, she can't maintain the possession. Goalie loses her stick. The stick is behind the net. It comes out to the point. Tootie will look to send it deep. What a play by the Snider defenseman to get her goalie back the stick. She doesn't have it still. Now she finally gets possession. Sent in front. Wrist shot. PJ blocked by one of the Snider players. Izzy to Kirsty. Kirsty to Izzy. Sent into the slot. Loose puck. Georgia using the body. Amanda comes in. Can't get to it. And they'll get their legs about them once again. Rockets pressing right there. Technically don't get a shot in the sequence, but nearly making this a 3-0 game. And at this point, they've taken a lot of Snider's best shots here. If they end up this period by turning it around and putting one up on the board, that would be an awfully big moral victory. Amanda wins it over to Riz. Riz fakes to the point. Will try to skate it to the slot. I saw the idea there, but ideas are great. Execution's better. Snider brings it in. Also, failed attack by the Rockets. 2:28 now left, second period. Rockets holding on to a 2-0 lead. Centering pass, loose in front. It goes at the net. Emma couldn't cover it. She covers the second one. It was loose right there. But the Rockets defense in front of Emma has kept a lot of those second and third opportunities from being very high quality opportunities. But nonetheless, the team with 22 shots versus the team with 6 make it 23. The team with the 6 shots is winning. And the shots haven't been as reflective of the possession of the game. The possession's been slightly in favor of Snider, but not significant. Amanda gets that one, chips it out. Riz trying to break in behind the D as the cameraman trips almost over himself. Lily at the Rocket logo tries to steer it in. Riz forward. They get it into the offensive zone. Sent up between the points, but Larissa can't keep it in. Makes the dangerous pass that we haven't had to see the past few years just to keep the play on side. 96 seconds left, second period, 2-0 Rockets. Now a minute 30. Tootie gets toward Lily's side. Lily can't get there. She was actually heading off for a change, so maybe opted to not play the puck. This will be Kirsty. She's going to have a chance to break it in herself. She'll pursue as well. Riz trying to get to the bench there as Georgie comes on. PJ, right point, shot through traffic, stick save, far corner. Georgie out there. Georgie will try to play it at the net. Finds mostly orange, but Kirsty's still there to help out. It goes toward the point. Tootie's going to step into this one. Riz shot through traffic, kick save, just got the left pad on it. That was ticketed. A good save right there by the Snider goalie. Stick lost by one of the Snider's players and regained. To the point, Tootie will send it low. 37 seconds left in the period. Izzy over to Izzy, looking for Kirsty in front. It goes all the way through to PJ. She steps in to keep it in. Rockets have 4 low. 25 seconds left. PJ will keep it in along the half boards. Snider sends it out. She gets a piece. Tootie is there. Tootie trying to keep it in. 16 seconds. Rockets absolutely must keep the puck out of their net here. Sent in. If it goes in, it's offside. And finally, the puck breaks in favor of the Rockets. 4 seconds. Kirsty just takes this one safely to Izzy, who brings it in. And we have completed a couple of periods at Rock Ice. And the Rockets are maintaining a 2-0 lead over Snider hockey from the greater Philadelphia area. In the colors of the Philadelphia Flyers. Snider with a 23-7 edge in shots. If you're joining us from Boise, Buffalo, Boston, Butte, Belleville, or Bloomfield, we're glad you are here. 17 minutes on the clock as the Rockets 19 UAA girls get ready for period 3 against Snider hockey. Rockets in the home grays, Snider in the orange. Liftoff in the third as Amanda Werner wins the faceoff to Rachel Lee. Over to Riz at the left wing. Riz is going to skate into the offensive zone. Riz looking for Amanda up the middle. Riz skating it low, looking, still looking. She goes between the points to Rachel. Rachel sends it down low, wide of the net. A pass, not a shot. Riz behind the net looking for somebody. ties up a couple of players. Amanda comes in. Rachel at the point sends it low. Into the corner. Riz fighting for it there. Snider sends it up, and that's going to be an icing as long as the puck doesn't die, which it doesn't. And that was close. It didn't have a lot of juice at the end after 2 periods of a couple of teams skating on it very, very hard. Rockets with the offensive zone draw here, won by the line that opened the period, Amanda, Riz, and Lily. They switch it up for PJ, Georgie, and Izzy. Kirsty, between the points, wrist shot, right pad save, Georgie on the rebound! Another save! Rockets working the face-off to perfection, but they don't get the goal. Snider did the same thing on this end just mere minutes ago. They worked it to perfection, got the shot from the point, a quality shot. The rebound, they got a shot, and it just didn't go in because Emma made a great save. So the goalie's going one turn for it. That goaltender in the Philadelphia Flyers colors, wearing number 27, a la the great Flyer Ron Hextall. He played for other teams, but he's known as a Flyer. 15:55 left in the third period. Snider send it through traffic. PJ high off the glass to Izzy. Izzy breaking with Georgie. Izzy gets to it. Izzy wrist shot, left pad save, kicked back. Snider pick it up. Georgie battling for it. Near side boards just out of view. It comes up and out. They'll send it down the ice. Emma's going to have to play it as it goes on net, no icing. Now up to 9 shots here, so that means they have 3 in the period. Kirsty through neutral ice, preventing an easy zone entry for Snider, and it goes back to Larissa. So Kirsty and Larissa, your defense pair for just a moment, and that moment is gone, are your goal scorers today. 1 goal each from the defense pairing. Snider bring it in off the right point. Backhand shoveled at the net. Emma stops it and covers it. Rachel slipped, but she made sure to keep her mark on the dangerous player in front. Amanda on the face-off. Lily and Riz in the middle. 2 wins. They win it. It comes to the near side boards, but a little too strong. Sent through traffic. Emma gets the stick on it and covers it. The Rockets playing with some tempo, and when Emma's seen the chance to move it and give her team a chance to break out of the zone quickly, she's done that. Rockets win the faceoff again. Rachel over to Lily. Lily has to shovel it forward and gets a little help from Amanda. Let's see if they could eventually get it out. It goes to Rachel. Riz with a collision can't get it out. You got to get these pucks out of the zone. Comes low, redirected just wide by 26. Sent up to the left point. Wrist shot through traffic, redirected. Emma will let that one go by. Rachel battling, sticks get high, no calls. Left in front, and it looked like Amanda didn't know what to do with it. She was leaving it for Emma, but Emma didn't know or cover it. She didn't want to shovel it into her own net. Rockets getting a little out of sorts here. They need to clear the zone. Snider dangerous. Lily chips it out. She chips it, gets it out of the zone. She was looking for Riz. Amanda plays the body, and Riz will get it. She's got to get it over the line and get it deep. Sends it deep, and she will chase after it. Amanda will peel off. Lily gets it in the corner, tries to send it back for Riz. PJ coming in late. That's been magic sometimes when Riz gains a puck and PJ comes in late. She's found her in the slot. Couldn't get possession there. 13:16 left, third period, 2-0 Rockets over Snider. Moves it out through center ice. Kirsty gets to it first. Banks it around. Comes in onside. Steals after the dump. Wrist shot goes just wide, and the Rockets change behind the play. battled for just out of the picture, a host of players with multicolored jerseys there. Izzy centers, loose in front, trying to get a whack at it. Rebound, score! Peyton Jacobus puts it in, and that'll make it 3-0 with 12:25 left in the third period. PJ on the rebound of a goal mouth scramble. Kirsty was involved, Georgie was involved, two involved. That's a big goal, and the goaltender, I'll give you a look, she's taking a moment here, possibly a little shaken up. Doesn't look to be a serious injury. And she gathers her respective gloves. Seems to be okay. And the player's escorting one of the coaches back toward the bench area. That's what we like to see. But still considered at the 19 level. There's often players that qualify for U16, as many of these Rockets do. And it's a safe assumption to think some of the Snider players do as well. Just girls going out and being competitive and having fun, doing what they love to do on a Sunday afternoon in Jersey. Rockets gain the offensive zone on the faceoff. Izzy, who has joined Kirsty and Larissa as the goal scorers. Kirsty with a nifty play, gets it down low. Izzy backhand, there's a pad save. That was gonna go in. Big save off the goalie, was just beaten and shaken up, but came right back. And Kirsty was living dangerously, breaking up what would have been a 2-on-0. Down to 11:35 now in the third period. 3-0 Rockets, but we've seen a 3-0 lead evaporate in under 10 minutes for them, well, almost evaporate. Down in Virginia, in Reston, the Reston Raiders scored twice against them with under 10 minutes to go and had the goalie out and a 6-on-4 with a chance to tie the game. Rachel and Riz work to keep it in as their teammates change behind the play. Lily tries to break that one up. It's a 1-on-1 with Larissa back. Wrist shot whistled wide. It hits the back of the net off the rebound and sent up the near side, the far side boards. Flyers, sorry. They look like Flyers, and the Flyers played the game before this. So Snider, turnaround off the back, not necessarily stuff attempt. It was one of the turnarounds where you skate around the net. You're able to turn around, you get a little room, but Emma made the save with the left pad and covered it. Wrist shot off the face-off goes wide. Coach imploring Lily to get to her spot off the on that over and over during practice this week. Where to be and how to be there on face-offs. It's made a difference. Larissa will skate it in. Gains the right wing. Gains the board. She has Riz in front. Tripped up there. They're not going to call it. It looked like it was more of a body trip, so they'll let him play. We haven't seen any ill calls from this referee pair today. It's been a cleanly, hard-played game by both squads. No garbage going on behind the plays. They're just playing hard. It's been a great game to watch, a privilege. Sent through the top of the slot. Lily battles there. Rachel into traffic, steps in. Amanda now there too. Rockets kind of looking around a little bit, and they're doing a lot of watching and giving Snider a little bit of an opportunity to battles to get the puck out of the zone. Amanda comes through, freight trains it. Riz has it. She the net. She has nobody with her. She has Lily coming late. Riz loses possession. She'll send it back behind the end line, hoping Amanda could get there. Or is it? It's PJ actually. So she jumped on, and Lily and Riz will change behind the play as the Rockets are trying to maintain possession. PJ, a one-woman show, keeping possession in there for the moment, but Snider will skate it out. 14 with some wheels, sends it toward the net. PJ knocked it away from her, and Emma is able to cover it up without there being a nifty shot on goal. It will count as a shot because she had to cover it, but it was as much PJ picking the player's pocket and then her losing possession, and really she snuffed the shot. Snider win the face-off, shot with the right pad saved by Emma, rebound from the doorstep, and Emma's there to snuff that one. So Snider creating opportunities here. Down 3-0, not out of this game by a long shot. Another one, they win the face-off right to the top of the slot and they get the shot off, this one without much volition. Referee says that puck is still live. It looked like it hit off like the top of the boards. Izzy sends it through. Georgie trying to snowball it through traffic, can't get it there. Izzy makes the play turn all the way back in. A little interference, 10 and 93. 93 gets it for a moment, but Snider sends it in. Rockets are caught a little bit behind the play here. Wrist shot, Emma gloves it. Looked like maybe it was going wide, and she even took a turn back to look to see if it was. But discretion being the better part of valor for a goalie with a 3-0 lead. Just glove it, take the face off, let your team change, and start it all over again. Now, what would be good for the Rockets is if they won some of these face-offs. It again, right to the player in the slot, 62, and she keeps getting shots off, even if they send it toward the middle for Lily. It goes past her stick, but everybody else's. Lily trying to force a turnover there. Rockets gain it back in their defensive zone. Larissa has nowhere to go, and eventually she sends it up to Lily, who helps steer it through neutral ice. And Riz and Lily will pursue the Snider player who beats both of them and now has two more to beat. Gains the offensive zone, but can't beat Rachel Lee. Nobody's been able to beat her for weeks at this point now. Sent down for an icing. 7:39 left in the third period. Rockets holding a 3-0 line, and Snider will change all 5. Both teams with 5 skaters on the bench. So if they wanted to play 5-man units, they could, but it hasn't really gone like that. Coach Jeremy really imploring his team to do what they're supposed to do on the face-offs. It's sent toward the slot, doesn't get all the way through. Snider player desperately looking to get to the point. Through traffic, redirected. Emma gets one save on it. Snider players couldn't get a stick on it, otherwise that was a dangerous scoring chance. PJ looking to get this out, she does. Izzy has a chance for a breakaway if she could chip it forward. Izzy tries to get there. Wow, that's a great fundamental play by 19. She got in with the shoulder and the hip and was able to get between the puck and the player and steer her aside. Now 19 with it again. Tries to move it up, but kept in by PJ, who seems to be everywhere. That puck almost at eye level for us sent down, and it turns not enough. That puck was on its edge and nearly could have turned enough to not exceed the end line. Nonetheless, it does clear the end line for an icing. We'll reset. 6:42 left in the third period. The Rockets have a 3-0 lead. Kirsty Kamerkar on the power play in the first period. Larissa Radoszewski at even strength later in the first. And PJ, Peyton Jacobus, even strength here in the third. 29-12 are the shots, but they happen to be in favor of the team that is trailing 3-0. And that team has icing, perhaps looking to get somebody on a break. The clock, not as much of an issue yet. It starts to get to be an issue in a 3-0 game at this level when you're below 5 minutes. But still with 6:31 left, there's ample time for a Snider attack that has done pretty well at times. Tootie from the point can't get it through traffic. It hits off a skate. Snider now trying to spring one of the players. 28 will send it at the net because you just never know. And she was well outmanned. No whistle, and eventually the whistle comes. Emma was content to let a few more seconds tick off that clock, and it's down to 6-12. Rockets have their same personnel out there. Snider will change all 5. 30-12 now, the shots for Snider. 30 saves for Emma Lacey. Number 7 in gray. At the net, Emma covers it up. That was an interesting play. I think it was the player in the slot. She just could have marched right into the slot or even shot it. And she elected to just shovel it at the net. That little bit of hesitancy really helped the Rockets. Another face-off win. 1-2, Amanda with Riz and Lily. Lily in the slot, Riz trailing. Amanda comes toward the net, hooks. Amanda got away with a little bit of a hook there. So the Rockets can thank their lucky stars. They don't want to give up a power play here, trying to protect the 3-0 lead. Another way to protect the 3-0 lead is to score a 4th goal. But defensive posture a little more important. Wrist shot, Emma with the first save, and she covers it. What a save! And there's a little business after the whistle, and that's going to cost Snider. Oh, and they're going to send both of them off. That's a tough call right there. Tootie did nothing. She got pushed in the head after the whistle, and they send both of them off. Undisciplined play by Snider, but they'll just even it up for no apparent reason other than what the ref thought he saw. .5:29 left in the third period. The Rockets are leading 3-0. The teams will play at full and even strength despite the double penalty. And number 15 for Snider. They don't have names on their jerseys, otherwise I would try to help you out. That one's sent at Emma. She's just going to stop it and cover it. 5:14. So because of the coincidental minors, those players cannot exit the bench until the first whistle after their penalties expire. So when you have 4 defensemen, as they center it but through too many people, when you have 4 defensemen and one of them is in the box, you want them to be able to get out of there as soon as possible. That's not going to be the case. Sent at the net, Emma covers it with the trapper. 4:58. Now we're under the magical 5-minute mark with the 3-goal lead. So the clock is the friend of the Rockets and the enemy of Snider hockey. The Rockets will take every frozen puck, every restart they can get at this point. And they are much more concerned with preventing goals than scoring them. Snider right at the net! Larissa's tied up, it's loose in front, but knocked away by, I think that was PJ getting all the way down there. Izzy will send it into open ice for PJ. She's going to try to turn the corner. She does. There's a push and elbow! And the Rockets are going to have a power play after that one. PJ going right after her. She took a vicious elbow to the head and maintained her play, but she was not going to take any gruff from that as her teammates come over to keep her from the other person. And her teammates chanting PJ. And she says, I love you, and we love you too. You haven't met a more lovable kid than Peyton Jacobus. Play on the ice and off the ice. So the Rockets will have a power play. It's 5-on-4. Tootie's still in the box. And it's going to be number 19 in the box for the 3rd time this game for Snider. Rockets will start it with Amanda, Riz, and Lily up front, Rachel and Larissa at the back. Amanda wins it to Rachel. Rachel, the shooting lane opened up for her, but she went low to Riz. Still fought for. They bank it off the boards and out. Getting behind the backhander. She whiffed on it and Emma knocked it away. Snider with a massive opportunity. 62 made the move. She looked like she had Emma maybe beaten a little bit. And would be much closer. That contains number 7. They don't have a goal. Number 7 in gray. Amanda wins the faceoff over to Riz. She's going to catch the defense in a little bit of an offensive posture there as Riz saw they were trying to break. Fought for in the corner, now behind the. That'll be a hook or a trip. Looks like Riz is going to go, and that'll nullify the penalty. They'll skate it 4-on-4. You don't want to see an offensive zone penalty on a power play, especially when you just need to kill off the rest of the time to win this game, but that's where the Rockets are, and 13 will take her seat in the box next to 9. They're often seen sitting together to and from practices and games. Snider wins the faceoff. It's 4-on-4. Izzy's going to break out. Izzy has Peyton trailing, but Peyton's going to play safety. There's Izzy looking, the Snider player looking to see if they were going to call it. That they didn't. Hard to see if it was my view. There's one set of penalties that have expired, so at the next whistle, Tootie will be able to exit the box along with her counterpart on Snider. 34 seconds of 4-on-4, 3:12 in the game. Wrist shot, didn't get a lot on it. Larissa will skate it up. Larissa will gain the center zone and she will gain the offensive zone and sort of half dump it and still pursue. Snider will send this down for an icing, and that will get both of the previously offending players out of the box. So Tootie will jump to the bench. There's 9 seconds time, and then it will be 46 seconds of a Snider power play. At that point, they'll have 2:40 left in the game to try to figure out how to erase a 3-goal deficit while the Rockets will try to salt it away. Amanda on the face-off up with Georgie. So longtime teammates, not customary line mates, out there to do a job. That is to kill off a penalty now. 5-on-4 for Snider. We'll see if the goalie jumps onto the bench for an extra attacker. We have seen Reston do this against the Rockets and have a 6-on-4. Sent into the slot, turning, looking, wrist shot over the net. 24 in the power play, 2:16 in the game. 14 curls through, redirected in front, loose, Emma covers it. They were trying to get it to the doorstep on the far side at the back door, but Emma didn't let it go through. Rockets still living a little danger. Left in the game, 17 seconds left on the penalty to Riz. Rockets trying to face off into the corner, chases it down herself, hard around as Snider looked to pull their goalie. She headed out for a moment and then slammed in her tracks. Loose puck, Emma gloves it before it was going in. The left side of the net, from her perspective, was yawning, but they didn't get enough on it. So the net is now empty on the left side. There's 2 seconds left on the power play. So they'll face it off 6-on-4. Riz will exit the box. She's getting directions from Coach Henry on the bench to either jump into the play or jump onto the bench. Amanda's going to take the face-off. She's got Georgie with her. She wins it to Tootie. Tootie sends it hard around. Oh, if she could have rocketed that out of there, she She could have sprung Riz on the breakaway. It comes up to the point. It's 6-on-5. Loose in front. Rebound. Emma covers it while sitting on her tuchus. And a scramble after the whistle. Is butterflied, but on her butt, being driven back into the net, but gets the glove down on it. 1:44 left, 3-0 Rockets. They're playing 5-on-6, trying to kill it off. Amanda keeps winning the face-off into the referee's skates and not being able to win it cleanly. That puck almost squirted in front. Emma covers it. A lot of pushing and shoving now, as 14 was just running straight into the goalie, and you can't expect that if you're doing that somebody else is not going to push you back. I mean, you can't just run into the goalie like that and expect there to be no pushback. Rockets will change it up. PJ, Izzy, Lily. This line usually because of the way that the third the face-off, Rachel sends it out. Empty. Slams on the brakes, goes around, PJ picks it off. Comes out of the zone, Snider skating it up, they shovel it. Izzy has a chance, she looks up, and she sends it into the zone. She got a little knee-to-knee action there. 68 seconds left, 67, 66, 65. Snider send it in, it's not going to be an icing. 1 minute left, and the Rockets looking to hold on to this 3-goal lead. That one goes up in the upstairs. Good thing people are paying attention. That puck came up with some juice on it, but nobody got hit. They throw the puck back there. I gotta say, if it was me, I probably would have just picked up the puck and ran to my car and driven home. That's how much a souvenir puck is worth. PJ on the face-off. She's got Izzy and Lily with her. The net is empty to the left. It's down to 46, 45 seconds now. Rockets in control with a 3-goal lead. They'd like to keep the clean sheet for Emma. She's earned it. It comes out to Lily. If she could get a stick on it, she can get it out of the zone. Sent low. Emma steers it into the corner. 30 seconds left. Now 25 as Izzy gets it. At this point, you might even be wise to take a pot shot down there. They send it towards center ice. Lily and Izzy pursuing. That goes in offside. Face off with 15.3 seconds left. And this result is a fait accompli in the win column for the Rockets. It'll be their first league win in the Maha season as Izzy skates over to the bench. Snider's still playing it 6-on-5, so the net empty out there, and you know that eyes are as big as saucers at this point where we know that the game has been decided. Snider send it in offsides 9.1. They'll just do it again right in the same spot. Who's going to get the empty netter here? Kirsty has one. That was on the power play. Larissa, who's not out there, has one. That was even strength. PJ, who is not out there, has one. That was at even strength. This one's sent in. It's not going to be enough for icing, but it's going to be enough. Game. There's the buzzer, and that's a W for the New Jersey Rockets as they go and mob their goaltender, Emma Lacey, who gets the clean on the saves and the shots. Rockets post officially on the scoreboard at least 12 shots, and they score on 3. I'll give you a little closer look at the handshake line. A hard played, well played game. A little rough stuff, but nothing that's going to prevent sporting-like handshakes from both squads. Celebration from the Rockets. There you go, Lacey. Enjoy that one. You earned it. There's PJ. She had the goal that salted it away, and a little feisty moment there in the third where she took an elbow that led to a short-lived power play. Nonetheless, it ends up all good for. So if you like what you're hearing and seeing, please hit the subscribe button on your YouTube page or your app. And we'll give you a look at the coaches as they exit the bench. Poor Coach Henry has to carry everybody's extra stick. Coach Rads and Coach Jeremy as well over there. George Tillinghast, our scorekeeper, and Dr. Nicole. Scorekeeping, actually. Well, one of them was scorekeeping, one of them was running the clock. Great job by both. If you want to catch more Rockets hockey and you just haven't gotten enough of it, then check out this YouTube channel at 6:15 Eastern, or if you're catching it on demand, then go check it out at your leisure. Hit that subscribe button and the alerts button, because I'd appreciate it, and the girls would appreciate it, and the coaches and Miss Jamie and the parents and everybody else. Watch girls hockey. That's going to do it from Rock Ice in Dunellen, New Jersey, where the Rockets U19 AA girls host a 3-0 win over Snider hockey. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching.